Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. Wow, pretty grim looking rack. Should I be changing? What's the best I can do? I've got Ulu keeping wing. That's not bad. It denies opponent access to the double word square in the middle. Can I do any better than this? I've got the ing ending. No, I am going with this. Okay, well, rhying is good, which plays off 6 tiles. That would certainly sort the rack out. Just the solitary vowel always restricts your options. Ugh and goo are good, so rhying plays in rows G and I. What else do I have? Wow, fantastic start for opponent. 62 points. Yeah, an opponent has got a face value bingo, which is good. Wow, I can play rhying through this I, preserving my vowel, but the play won't get doubled. So, what else do I have? I don't have any hooks for Ulu. I feel this rack is too good to change. I do have wiring through the I, but I'm looking to play off 2 out of W, W and Y. Just looking at the O of enfolder. My Y can go either side. Wow, this is a tricky rack to deal with. W, W and Y. I could change, but it doesn't feel bad enough to change. What about playing wiring? I am going to, well, have scoring options with W and Y, especially around the O of enfolder. 20 points, not bad. What would rhying have scored? 13. Seven fewer points. Let me look at this. Keeping WI. Is this the play? Well, what about rhying here? 24 points keeping WN. Okay, that's enough. I'm going with this. Good grief, what have I done to deserve this? So I have renown through the E, and wanna, sorts the rack out, does not score well. Fortunately, I only trail by 30, but what a rack, absolute shocker. Hopefully opponent will be attracted to the W and leave this E alone. So renown would leave NR, so I could have an amazing rack next turn. Fantastic, only 38 for opponent. Renown remains available. Has opponent provided anything? Only 11 points, but what can I do? Well, no, I don't have anything to the W, and I don't think the Z provides anything good for me. If I played own, I'd be keeping double N, double R. I am going with this. Well, I don't think the tile gods want me to bingo this game. Absolute horror show of a rack. Hugely unbalanced with only one vowel. F and V, dreadful combo. made worse by B and J. So, what to do? And very few floating vowels. What about the U's and O's in the middle? Do they offer anything good? No, nothing goes between GI and U. And nothing, I don't have any 4-letter plays. Great, only 12 for opponent, so there is some hope. So, what to do? K goes in front of Iwi. What about the O of renown? I'm thinking this is so bad I should change. Gosh, I thought for a moment I had banjo, but J-U, not good. I could play jaw. 26 points, that's a lot of points. What about playing brawn? £20 points. It's a lot of points. If I change, I get none. What else could end O? Well, nothing in terms of a road G play. What about coming down column 10? Really nothing. I'm tempted to change here. This is just so bad, and it's really, I think, the 3 heavy tiles I've got. I can't see a way of playing off, well, 3 of them, or indeed 2 of them. But is there? 14 minutes on my clock. I am, wow, am I changing? What am I missing? I'm changing. This could just carry on. I can't sort this rack out in one. I'll keep ANR. So, a more normal looking rack. This looks jolly close to a bingo. Is Luminar good? Not sure. Not many 7-letter lanes. So what about the W? That doesn't go well with the U. How about the R? No. Merlane is good, so I do have a 7. But I think there is nowhere for it. Merlane. Yeah, nice score by opponent. Have I overlooked any lanes? Renown only takes an S. Iwi only takes an S, likewise with Infolder. Nothing goes in front of D or on top of Infolder. Nothing goes after Z. So, do I play over the top of Dean? What do I have? Anything ending in O? No. I'd like to play off the U, but where can I do that? So do I have any I plays? Let me put this in with an A here. Don't think I do. Okay. Wow, I'm really struggling in this game. Really struggling. I do have lamb, but that takes so many front hooks and retains the U. What about just playing Muir? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this. It doesn't offer anything to opponents. No ease. And only 1 point tiles here. 21 points was a decent score last turn. I don't think I would have got much more in row C. Possibly Nim for 24. Now, opponent leads by about a bingo, and he's on turn, so things could get worse. Not seeing a 7 or an 8 with this rack. And not many lanes available. Row C not suitable for getting rid of the U, and I would like to do that. Renown takes nothing in front. I have Ulnar on my rack and Ernal, which would sort the rack out, but there's just no lanes for them. All 4 S's and 1 blank to come. Wow, nice score for opponent and nice tiles. And a couple of floaters, neither of which give me a bingo. But I can get rid of the U and the duplicate N with Luna for 19. Wow, and I think I have gone this entire game with no ease, and half the bag has gone. And I'm not seeing a 7 with this rack. And no floaters, and I trail by 90. Now, having got rid of the U, row C looks more attractive, so I could play Bod in that spot. I keep on seeing 4-letter plays, but the blank AR word isn't good, so Bond doesn't work because Dar isn't good. Where are these S's? Well, opponents played one and so possibly might have a second. There could be an 8 with this rack, although I haven't seen it. Certainly nothing with the N. UH takes nothing after it, so opponent can't make a parallel play in row M. C only takes an H. Great, only 9 points for opponent. He's not disappearing into the distance. So, what about playing Daub? 31 points and keeping a good rack leave. Is this a turning point? Well, maybe I have Central. No 7-letter lanes at the moment. Could that change? But a much nicer looking rack. And no floaters on the board. Wow, very unusual. Oh, 33 points for opponent. And I trail by 100. 10 minutes on my clock. And I do have an E at last. So I'd like to open the board up. I'd like to score. Very difficult to do that. If I play across from the A, I'm likely to, well, not score very much. I could play Ants in that spot. 18 points. Trashing my rack. K goes in front of Bar, but nothing else. Nothing goes in front of God. Only S after row. How to open this board up? I'd like to hang on to my E if I can, although there are quite a few to come. What about a play in column 10? The trouble with this rack is it's so nice, I don't really want to play off anything. And anything I do play isn't going to score very much. Do I play from the A? It's so easy for opponent to either bingo or block if I do. Now, NA is available for a 9-letter play. This rack plus AN. No, nothing's coming to mind. Just wondering if I can get value from the Z. What about playing Arc for 16? Arc takes an H and an O and an S, so I am increasing the value of column 13. Doesn't feel like a great play. Slightly one too many consonants. I'm minded to open the board up. Ants for 18. So, Leotard, Delator. Do I have anything with C or E? Not seeing anything with C. How about E? No, not seeing anything. How about N-A? No. Nothing goes in front of bar, because I think only K does. And I still dodge the S's. Although there are no 7-letter lanes ending in S, so that's not a guarantee of any great change. Oh wow, look at that, column 15 remains available. So is there really nothing with this rack plus an E? Can't end ED anymore. No, not seeing anything. So I can leave column 15 alone. It's a good lane. Let me open up a new lane elsewhere. I could do that with Ned for, only 10. Not only 10. I don't have an N. 17 points. But Ed only takes H and S, so that's not a great lane. 7 minutes on my clock, which is not very much. £21 points, decent rack lead, but I'm not opening a new lane, and I think I do need to. Chates is good, so I might have missed an opportunity last turn. What about a play in column 10? Not seeing anything great in that spot. I think I do need to open the bottom left of the board. I think the only way to do that is with something like this. So Ted for 17. So ovariole. Well, variole is good. Not seeing anything with an E. Nowhere for variole. I guess I could play down from a 6-letter play in column 15, and maybe I should have done that last turn. So I could play Oliver in that spot, and that would open up floating E and R in rows N and O, plus the tile turnover will help with drawing an S or a blank. And I probably should have done that last turn because it wouldn't have taken out the E as a floater. Maybe opponent will hesitate to play in that spot because of creating lanes. Have I overlooked any floaters? I've taken out NA as a 2-letter set. If opponent places an S bottom right, I've got Volaries. Great, only 6 points. Now, is there any way of getting the V doubled? Don't think so. And opponent's play of Otto might have been with a view to taking out row N. Oliver for 34. Okay. I don't feel this is going to be my game. I trail by 50. But what a rack. And so few scoring spots on the board, either for bingos or non-bingos. No R for Korma. But I do have an S, which I always feel is a good thing to have. How many U's to come? None, of course. I have Cade in row I, and the rack leave of Bomas isn't terrible. I'm going to have options next turn. Now, opponent may get a lowly score to take out row O, if he doesn't have a bingo. Fortunately, this E in column 15 remains available, so the board is being kept alive with two lanes. Ted felt like a bad play. I think I should have played in column 15. Great, only 26 points for opponent. Gosh, if I had a D, I could play Caddy in row M. So I have Cade for 14. Is this the play? I think it is. I'm going with this. Nothing onto the E. What about onto the R? No. But a nice looking rack. It would be good to open a lane somewhere. I only trail by a bingo. I only trail by 2 bingos, and there goes the second blank. Opponent bingoing with each of them. Nice play by opponent. So I trail by 140 points. I think this game is lost. Only 7 tiles in the bag. So 2 S's to come, so I can't set up a selfish S lane. I'd like to play off the O and one or both of B and M, plus opening a lane. I think it's going to be a struggle to do all of those things, and I'd like to keep this column 15 lane available. Just looking above Vogie to see if I can play off B and M, and I don't think I can. Roux only takes an S. Nothing I've got goes in front of UH. Do I have anything in? Well, I could just play MO. BO rather. Mates is a pretty good 5-letter set, goes well with the E. 18 points, I'm going with this. So, I draw another S. I don't have a bingo ending in E. 26 for opponent. Yap takes nothing in front. Nice play. 213 points. Terrible. And 2 tiles in the bag. Now, I do have a bingo on my rack. I have seam set. Does that have an anagram? Don't think it does. I could play M bar, but that makes it so easy for opponent to score. There's no 7-letter lane in column 1, so there's no point in playing my. Wow, what a gruesome board. Just can't see any way of creating a second lane apart from M-bar. And I trail by so much that even a bingo isn't going to win, so I don't want to gift opponent just more points. Two minutes on my clock. I'm going to play me for 22. And I draw the third S, which is completely hopeless. Not an S-friendly board. And nothing ending in E. So opponent's got 3 scoring tiles, and he's got a balanced rack. But it's not a great board for him either in terms of scoring. Not that that will worry him. Just wondering if I can get value from the Z, and I don't think I can. I'm glad I didn't play M-bar. The opponent would have had something across the top, I'm sure. Well, not that anything's coming to mind immediately. So what am I going to do with this rack? Is there anything I can do with these S's? Well, Nats and 8s are both good. One minute on my clock, 10 minutes on opponent's clock. I'm not seeing a 5 or 6 letter play ending SS. I could play Sass or Cess and Barms. Opponent may be looking to go out in 2. I think he's going to struggle with his rack. Okay, 13 for opponent. And surely my best scoring spot is column 1. So do I have anything ending TA, T or S, A or E? Yeah, I think so. I think I have TAS for 30. Yeah, and I am going to go out with ES. Opponent's not going to go out with his rack. Although I may have played that a little hastily. I've set up a nice H spot. But opponent can't play his K in that spot, so I am going to get value from that. So what can I do with E and S? I've got Barms and S. 1 minute on my clock. I don't think Nate is good. No. So down to my last minute. Anything better than ES for 11? Not that I can see. And the final score, 290 for me, 407 for opponent, a winning margin of 117 points, so well done to opponent. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a brutal drubbing. Was I the author of my own misfortune? So it was me to go first, and I played. Rack leave of WU is awful, and score is poor. I think the option there was changing. Great opening rack from opponent, and a choice of bingos. Now my rack, K7, are ryeing through the R for 26, and I play ryeing for 24. So yeah, I think the lower down play would have been better. Opponent plays Fizz. Now I have Renowned for 11, and I don't think Woe, keeping this rack leave, is better. So looking at these rack leaves and the scores, I think Renown is fine. Opponent plays Iwi. Now again, these rack leaves are truly horrendous, and I change and I like that. Opponent plays Dean. No bingo here, although I have one on my rack. C1, unarm. I think that may have been worth doing. A U in column 1, not massively dangerous, and 30 points, decent score. Instead I play Muir for 20 and retain the U. Opponent's rack plays Hates. Wow, so did not have an S. In fact, I ended up with all the remaining S's. My rack, not many points on offer. I play Luna for 19. Yeah, I think that's fine from, well, compared to these other plays, but it doesn't create a new lane, which is to its dismerit. Opponent plays Can, which was a nice play, shutting down the right-hand side of the board in terms of bingo lanes. Adbot C3. Wow, that's nice. What do I do? I played Daub for 31, keeping Ant. Yeah, Adbot would have been better, even though its rack leave is worse. Opponent has drawn the J, plays Jig. I have Central, nowhere for it, and look at that, I have a bingo on my rack and I can't score more than 23 points. So I play Ants for 18, but G10, well, Accent then places a T between two triple word squares, so providing good scoring opportunities for opponents. Opponent's rack. Wow, no bingo despite the blank. Plays Cup. And yes, this is where I should have played Ordeal in column 15, creating new lanes and scoring well. Instead, I sort of have the right idea of creating a new lane, but it's not a great lane. And Ordeal just would have been a better play. Wow, missed bingo. Onto the E, Goethite. And opponent plays Otto instead. And at this point I trail by 90, so I still am in the game. No bingo here. I play Oliver, which looks fine. Opponent plays Vogie, and I think this is where my winning hopes really take a nosedive. There's still a blank unseen, and I'm only a bingo behind, but I'm really going to struggle to sort this rack out. So I didn't like QI because the rack leave is so non-bingo-y. Cade at least deals with the duplicate A. And this was the death blow. Deflator from opponent and a couple of alternatives available. So I now trail by 150, only 7 tiles in the bag. There is no way out. And no bingo for me. So I played Bow for 18. F5. Nim is good, so I could have played EM. Yeah, and probably should have done so, just because of the greater score. Opponent plays Yap. And now F1. Oh, Tmises, that's nice. What do? I play Me in the same spot. Yeah, and there are still 2 tiles to come, and there is still a bingo lane in column 15, so playing Me, keeping mates, does keep alive the prospect of a bingo, which would help reduce the losing spread. Now, opponent plays Oxy, and I have a choice of plays here. Do any of them avoid an A next to this triple, or a vowel next to the triple letter square? Not sure they do. In fact, they don't. So opponent has R, and finally S for 11 is the best that's on offer. So what a wretched, miserable, horrible game, and well done to opponent, of course, but just a horrible game. No missed bingos, just one horrible rack after another, all the way to its protracted and miserable conclusion. So many congratulations to opponent on his victory. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.